Hey guys, I'm back, and today I have a new custom LEGO minifigure showcase video. Finally, I know I've been a little off track with these minifigure showcases, some here, some there occasionally. I'm not keeping a, perfect schedule like I said I would, but that's because I'm busy with a lot of other stuff I'll explain at the end of this video, or I might do another separate video about it, I don't know. But anyways, today, as of the day I'm recording this, The Last of Us just wrapped up today, so this might come out a little later, but then again, when am I ever on time for videos? I haven't really been on time for a video since the Clone Wars videos, but anyway, these are my two figures that I made from The Last of Us. I was really enjoying the show. I started about 5 weeks late. When I first started watching the show, episode 5 was the latest one that came out, so it was really nice binging all 5 of them, and then being able to watch it week by week since episode 6. So yeah, now the finale is out, and I'm going to be completely honest, I'm recording this the day of the finale. I haven't seen it yet. It's already out. I haven't seen it yet, so hopefully no spoilers, but by the time this is uploaded, I will probably have seen it. So yeah, I love the show. I haven't played the game. I don't know pretty much anything about the game, although I have seen a lot of Last of Us figures in the community, and at the end of this video, I actually do want to shout out a couple of my favorite Last of Us figures in the community. So yeah, but anyways, I'm really happy with these figures. I have Joel and Ellie from their various appearances throughout The Last of Us, most of them from the first couple episodes, but Joel's outfit doesn't really change that much throughout the show, so yeah, let's just get into it with these two custom LEGO minifigures. Okay, and here is my Ellie figure. She has a last name, Joel Miller and Ellie, oh no, I don't remember her last name. Anyways, this is Ellie, it's my Ellie minifigure. I really love her character. It's a really tough toss-up. A lot of people ask me, oh, do you like Joel or Ellie better? Honestly, I like both of them individually, and I think together, their dynamic, their father-daughter dynamic is just perfect. It's the highlight of the show and the game, obviously. And I think Ellie is just played fucking brilliantly by Bella Ramsey. Anyways, I really like this figure. It was the first figure I made from these two figures. I originally only planned to make Ellie because at the beginning I was really a big fan of Ellie because, I felt like Pedro Pascal was kind of playing the same role as he does in The Mandalorian, but soon after, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to have to make both, because, you just can't. Anyways, have Ellie without Joel. Anyways, I'm really happy with this figure. So, from the head down, from the top down, sorry, I used a Luke Skywalker hairpiece, like the old Luke Skywalker hairpiece, and then just sculpted the sides on it. The sides didn't come out as even as I wanted them to. That one came out a little cleaner than this one. This one came out bigger, just a little bit bigger. I think it looks nice. I was going to add a little bit more texture, but it just didn't, I tried it a few other times, it just didn't look right, and maybe I'm just not there yet. Anyway, so yeah, I might come back to that later. If I decide to do a round 2 for, season 2 or something. Anyways, going on to the back, I did a little light sculpt for the ponytail. As you can see, it's a little bit off-center. That was kind of planned for it to be sort of curved off to the center, but I didn't want it to come out this uneven, so yeah. I think this figure was sort of a trial run for Joel, and I'll explain that later. Anyways, so the face was a angry clone face that I use for literally every figure that I make. That's the base head. I think it was the 2013 angry clone face, just the generic clone head. I erased all the printing off of it and painted a okay likeness to Bella Ramsey. I think it's fine. I think it gets the job done. I just think it could be better. Again, I'm still trying to figure out likenesses. I think my likeness for Joel is really good because I spent a solid 2 days on it, but I think this is okay. I think it gets the job done, but I think it could be a little better. It's just one of those things, same thing with Olivia Rodrigo. It's just, something's missing from it. I just can't put my finger on what. Anyways, so moving on from the face, we're going to get her accessory out of the way. I did make her knife. I'll get that out of her hand. I did make her little switchblade knife that she has at the beginning by taking a Brick Arms hunting knife and cutting off the blade and then sculpting my own blade. And I used some Citadel washes and some reds to make the blood marks, or not blood marks, the blood splatter. And I think it turned out alright. I'm really happy with the sculpted blade. So, anyways, moving down the figure, I actually do want to get all the sculpted bits out of the way first. So, the hair is sculpted, obviously. The hood is sculpted. As you can see there, it sort of comes down and over her backpack like that. The front of the sweatshirt is sculpted. I did a light sculpt there, if you can see it kind of right there, just to put a little bit more of an emphasis on her hoodie. And I think it came out really, really nice for my first time sculpting a jacket. I actually got a big inspiration from my buddy Aaron, Lego Medic 9. His Breaking Bad figures had a lot of sculpted jackets, so I'll put a little card to that right up in the top corner, so go check that out. That had a lot of sculpted jackets, and I just followed what he said in the video, and I was like, okay, and I just asked him for a few tips on sculpted jackets, and I was like, sure. He was like, yeah. So yeah, I think this sculpted jacket turned out really nice. That's well, it's a sweatshirt. Moving around to the backpack, I am really proud of this. So I sculpted that in like an hour, and it turned out really nice. So I sculpted the main backpack there, and then I sculpted I dry sculpted the little front pouch on the backpack. I just cut out a little square of dry Procreate and glued it on there. Then I painted up everything on the backpack. As you can see, I got a little Wonder Woman symbol. At least I think that's what it is on the backpack. I can only find 1 or 2 good reference pictures at the time of painting this, so I believe that was a Wonder Woman W. And then she had 2 other little pins there, so I'm really happy with that. I think the zippers on the pouch came out really nice. So yeah, and I think I used 2 washes for this. I used a brown wash and a black wash. I used some regular Nolan oil and then a brown wash for this. And so I think it turned out really nice. Moving around to the front, I sculpted her little flashlight right there on her backpack strap. So that turned out nice. The shirt was painted in a mixed gray color, and the dirt, the weathering on the shirt, I think I went a little too overboard with this. I didn't realize how much weathering I had actually put on there until it was already dry. I was like, oh fuck, kind of looks like shit, literally. So I'm going to fix that. I just didn't really want to fix that. I have to redo the whole front just for this because I already sealed it over, and I was like, fuck. Okay, so I get it. A lot of people were clowning on me on Instagram, so yeah, I get it. Anywho, the jacket was painted in the same maroon color as my Star-Lord figure, as the same red on my Star-Lord figure. I'll put a card up in the corner for that, so go check that out. I worked really hard on that figure. So yeah, the jacket was painted in that red, and then I dipped this in a Nolan oil wash, and I think it turned out really nice to get the sweat stains and the grimy look of Ellie's sweatshirt. And then I gave her hands a little bit of a brown wash, and I think it looks fine. I don't know why I did that. I guess I was really into doing washes on this figure. I used the Harry Potter mid-legs, or they weren't from Harry Potter, I just used the kids that came from the Harry Potter wave, but I used some mid-legs, some gray mid-legs for the legs, and just painted them in a dark blue color that I believe I mixed. But I can't remember the paints that I mixed to get this dark blue color. But I'm really happy with this, and then the shoes were painted in another Craftsmart red, just to differentiate it a little bit from the jacket, because I didn't want them to be exact same red. As you can see, the shoes might be a little bit brighter. Maybe it doesn't pick up on camera, but I painted them in a different color. And the little platforms of the shoes were just painted in a white color, and then I weathered it all up with some brown paint and a black wash. So yeah, that is it for Ellie. Let's move on to Joel. Okay, so here's my custom Lego Joel Miller, and honestly, I think this is better than Ellie, and I might even go as far as to say this is one of my best figures ever. Definitely the best figure of this year. Well, I haven't really made much, but is it better than Star-Lord though? I can't remember. I can't decide. Anywho, I think this is one of my best figures I've made, especially because of the face. I mean, everything else is really good, but I think the face, the likeness I got to Pedro Pascal really carries this whole figure. So let's get right into it. So, for the hair, I use a Superman hairpiece and then cut off the little S on the front. And I think it actually works really well for Pedro Pascal's hair. I think if I sanded it back a little bit, the front back a little bit, I think it would look a little better. But I think it does a really good job. I just couldn't find a really good Pedro Pascal hair for this figure. And I didn't really have the motivation to sculpt, so yeah. Oops. The backpack, again, like Ellie's, is sculpted, and I just sculpted the whole thing, and then I sculpted that top layer. So that top layer I sculpted on there, and then the bottom layer I sculpted, and then those straps are E-tape, so those straps are electrical tape that I glued on there, and those were a bitch to paint on there. And those little gold bits were painted on after that. And yeah, the backpack was painted in a brown color, and then I added all the little knickknacks on there, the duct tape holding it together, and I think that adds a really nice flair to the bag. It stands out. It pops with the brown. So, to get his accessory out of the way, it is a Brick Arms gun. I don't remember what gun this is. I don't know jack shit about guns, so I just picked this up off of Brick Arms a while ago, and I thought it worked really well for Joel. I was going to try and find a proper sniper rifle piece that he uses in the show, but I wasn't able to find a good one in time for this showcase, so yeah, sorry about that. But if I ever do a part 2, or if I ever update these figures, I will have a sniper rifle, because I had a really good idea of using E-tape or string for the little holster. So yeah, not the holster, the strap. So yeah. Moving down, his jacket is also sculpted, and I am really happy with this. I think it's better than Ellie's, just solely because I love, I'll use Ellie's little knife, solely because of those, the collar of the jacket is 3D, and the whole jacket is sculpted. So what I did is I just flattened out a sheet of Procreate, slapped it on there, cut it out, and then waited it to cure, and then sanded it, and I did the same thing with the collar pieces. So yeah, and then I painted it in a really nice Citadel brown color that I used this actually for Star-Lord's hair, and then the stitching on like Star-Lord's suit and a few other things. So yeah, I'm really happy with this brown color that I got, and I gave it all a little wash of Citadel Nuln Oil, obviously. And then I painted all of the brown marks on there, all the brown stitching lines and the buttons on that, and I think they turned out really nice. I just realized I forgot to talk about the face. The face is a angry clone face, obviously. Just assume every face that I make started out as an angry clone head, because that's usually what it is. And holy shit, I'm going to get a really nice close-up of this face, because holy shit, this took me so long. So I'm just going to go from the top down, I guess, because the line on top of the forehead was painted. The eyebrows took me a good 4 hours to paint, because just adjusting them, because I always use the eyes as an anchor point when painting faces, and the eyebrows, I always go eyes, mouth, eyebrows, and then the rest, facial hair, lines, and everything, because I always use the eyes as the anchor point, and the mouth is, for me, is the second biggest anchor point on the face, so I go eyes, mouth, and then eyebrows. So I did the mouth. The mouth's pretty easy, and then the eyes were really hard because, or the eyebrows were really hard because I got one of them. I got, I believe, the right one perfect on the first try, and then I got the second one almost perfect, and then it turned out that I liked the second one better than the right one, so I erased it. So I scratched off the right one, repainted it, and then I realized it was like I ended up liking that one more. So this is after 4 hours of like a sort of mixing and matching between two different styles of eyebrows, and I think I like both of them. I like both of them equally. But the lines under the eyes were painted, the mustache was painted, and apart from that, facial hair isn't really that hard for me, so everything else is painted. But the eyebrows and the eyes were the eyebrows and the mouth were the difficult ones. So, moving back down to the torso, we have the blue denim shirt that he wears throughout the show. So this is the jacket is the bigger poofy, the poofy jacket that he wears on top, and then the blue is the denim jacket. And that blue is a mix of, okay, let's see if I can remember this, Craftsmart Mediterranean blue, and then just the Craftsmart black color, and I think those mixed really well to make this sort of denim color. I was gonna go again and use the blue that I used on my Bo-Katan figure, but I was like, that's too light and too saturated, so I went for this more desaturated look. Then I painted his exposed skin on the top, and yeah. The pants were just gray pants, really nothing too interesting. They look black, but I used a really dark shade of gray. I gave him some weathering and a black wash, and the shoes were just brown shoes. Brown shoes, my basic brown shoe design with the black rims. So yeah, that is Joel Miller. Now let's go wrap this video up. So anyways, that is my Last of Us minifigure showcase, and I'm really happy with these figures. I think they're some of my best, especially Joel. Definitely Joel is going to go in my best of, like, end of the year video, if that ever happens. If, who knows, if I'm still making YouTube videos by the end of the year. Anyways, Joel's definitely going in my best of minifigures, because unless I make something, like, fucking mind-boggling, like, fucking next-level shit, I'm not, he's going to be in the top 5, because I love this figure. Just, it's beauty and simplicity when it comes to these figures, just at the end of the day. I really like how they turned out. As promised, I would like to talk about some of my other favorite Last of Us figures in the community. So I'll put pictures right here. So the first one that we have right here is by AussieFigs on Instagram, and I really love his figures. I took a lot of inspiration, especially from his Joel face. So shout out to him. I believe I credited him on Instagram, so AussieFigs, go follow him on Instagram. I'll link everybody in the description below. So yeah, the next one I want to talk about is Cave Customs on Instagram. Now this guy, my friend Cave, he's been making Last of Us figures for a long time, and I remember I used to clown at him all the time saying, oh, the Last of Us show is going to be mid, like it's another video game adaptation. But, oh god, I was wrong. So Sorry, Stan. Sorry about that. So yeah, that is his Joel and Ellie, and they look absolutely great. Go follow them. And yeah, those are the two people that I think made phenomenal Last of Us figures in the community. Thank you guys so much for watching. Future plans for videos. I have a few more videos planned. I have like one more Star Wars video, and then I actually do want to make a clicker. But I don't know how confident I am in my sculpting tutorials. Not sculpting tutorials, sculpting abilities. And I did want to do it. I did want to do a tutorial on a sculpting a clicker, but I was like, I don't know how good of a sculptor I am. I don't know if that warrants a tutorial. Other projects, I am painting a few commissions for someone, so when those are done, they'll be shown on the channel. I actually did show some of my commissions over on Instagram, but I didn't film a video in time for the channel, so you can go find them on Instagram. It's a Fortnite one, and then there was a Hawkman one for my friend Luke, Venom777, 4 sevens, yeah, that's right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll have another video out as far as like why I haven't been posting, and I know I'm only 3 months in the year, and I had this whole thing saying, oh, I'm going to post more, blah, 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 but tiny little explanation, I'm getting ready to shoot a movie. So that's a big thing I'm working on. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.